We now know that Lane Staley died from a mixture of heroin and cocaine. But we are going to focus more on heroin. Well, what is heroin? Heroin is an opioid drug, part of the narcotic drug class. It was first synthesized from morphine in 1874 until it was made illegal in the United States in 1924. Heroin has many forms. It can be brown powder, white powder, or even a black sticky substance known as black tar. Now that we know what heroin is, do we know where it comes from or how it's made? Yes, in fact we do. Heroin comes from a poppy plant. Farmers take a sharp curved knife and slice into the unripe pod plant and a slimy milky sap oozes out. The next day, farmers then harvest this substance by scraping it off the pod with a knife and later forming it into spherical forms, then later, packaging it. The substance packaged is raw opium. This opium is then processed in labs to create heroin. When heroin is being made in the laboratory, the process adds 2 extra acetyl groups to morphine. The extra 2 acetyl groups added makes it easier for heroin to enter the brain. Okay, so how do people ingest heroin? People who use heroin either inject, sniff, or smoke heroin depending on the purity of the drug and the preference of the user. When using an injection, heroin is injected into the vein or a muscle, and people who inject their bodies with heroin usually feel the effects the quickest. It can be smoked in a pipe or even mixed with a marijuana joint or cigarettes. When heroin is burned, its smoke can be inhaled through a straw. Heroin is one of, if not one of the most addictive drugs. Like other opiate drugs, heroin is a sedative drug that slows down the way the average body functions and reduces pain. People who regularly use heroin tend to develop a physical dependence and adopt withdrawal symptoms.